You're now working together on this bipartisan commission. Tell me about this work, because tell us about this work, about election integrity, about
I serve on the board of the Bipartisan Policy Center, right. And one of the things we do a lot of work, obviously, in the policy space, and certainly on a bipartisan basis, getting members of Congress, right and left, Democrat, Republican, red, blue, whatever, to get into a room around economy, education, a host of issues. One of the things, as in the 2020 cycle, we wanted to, because of the consequences and the results of January 6th, begin to look at the threats from within our own system to the system itself that threaten the integrity of our electoral process, some of which we've talked about, some of which I've asked you to Google in Georgia, and elsewhere, Texas. There are any number of states you can look to see how they're Michigan, how the rules are changing and making it much more difficult for voters to participate. Then you layer on top of that.
Hello. The mic.
Yeah, you layer on top of that things like the disintegration of the Voting Rights Act by the Supreme Court over time. And so what we wanted to do was look at the integrity of the system and become advocates for the integrity of the system.
Right.
What Donna was just saying about the importance of citizens recognizing the value of the proposition that we the people still matters, and we the people are still controlling. At the end of the day, this is something our founders gave to us. Because as Donna noted, it's not we, the government, we, the Department of Education, we, the fill-in the special interest group. It is all the citizens who come together around this idea of what we are and how we govern. And so we wanted to be a part of laying out through the various policy reforms, like ranked choice voting, and looking at different ways in which we can re-empower citizens to take greater control and hold over this process to keep its integrity. To Donna's, again, to her point about trust in the system. It doesn't work if you don't trust it, right? How many of you have friends you look at and go, well, friends may be the wrong word. People that you look at and go, I just don't trust that. I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, people don't trust
and so
it when you have one of the
that's true about institutions as well.
When you have one of the candidates already calling the election into question.
It's not. He's not calling the election into question. He's basically he's saying flat out that if I do not win, it is because the system is corrupt. Okay. He did it in 20. He's doing it now. Here's the other little tip you need to know: what the inside track is. Okay. That the polling is important here. Why is the polling important? Because BJ, before Joe, the polling had Donald Trump winning 6, 7, sometimes larger. That narrative then was, I'm winning, I'm going to win. Past that, now you're into AK after Kamala, right? Comes on AJ after Joe. You now have a different environment in which the numbers have closed, tightened, and in some cases Kamala Harris is winning. And now that narrative is wrapped up to say that, here it is, ready? That, well, the polling showed that I was winning the entire time. How did I lose? The poll said I was winning. How did I lose? You cheated. Now, we all know, I hope you do, national polls are a joke. If you see a poll that is telling you 30%, 40%, 60% of registered voters think this person is ahead or that person is behind, tear it up.
Tear it up.
Because a registered voter is anybody. That's not necessarily someone who actually votes. A poll that shows you likely voters are voters who have a track record of voting. They've looked at the data in setting up the poll of your history of voting. They know, sir, that you voted in the last 8 primaries, even though you look like you're 12, right? Young guy.
Looks can be
but the point
deceiving.
is they know how many elections you voted in, primary, general. They know you are a likely voter. In this election, you are more than likely to vote.
That's correct.
So when they ask you who you're going to vote for, it weighs a lot more than the gentleman sitting next to you who's just registered. And when they look at his record, yeah, he's registered, but like Donna's noted before, he voted, 1 year, then skipped 2.
Sporadic.
And then came back in, then went back out.